us. I want us to be crystal clear on positive points, because as we move through the book, I told you it's progressive knowledge. The writer intended to summarize what the Jewish nation had been doing for hundreds of years and putting it in a spiritual perspective. All right, and so it's not just we learn something, discard it, learn something, discard it. You're going to need all of it the rest of the way. All right. Now we spend a lot of time, but in 3 and 12, a hard heart or an unbelieving heart automatically causes us to go away from God. You don't have to ask no questions. Just check your life. And if our life, our work, our relationships, our desires and vices, you know what moves you toward God, but you also know what pulls you away from God. When you can check your schedule and realize, man, I haven't prayed in days. I haven't read my Bible in days. I haven't been to church in days. But you've been somewhere. Yeah. You've been doing something them days. Well, see, you realize those activities are taking you away from God, and it runs the risk of you developing a hard heart or an unbelieving heart. All right? So, because of verse 12, to not believe takes us away from God. Believing draws us closer to God. So when we move into verse 13, it's not random answers. We are to targetedly exhort one another daily in what?
Believing in Christ.
See, and everybody has to be clear on that. Because to not believe, what's possible for you? Nothing. Mark 9:23. All things are possible to him that believes. Well, now what's possible to him that don't believe? Everything we want, we need, we hope to achieve in God are all within the realm of possibility. So in order to even access the realm, we have to believe. So when you meet somebody that tell you, man, it's tough being a single person. Well, in order to navigate singleness successfully, you have to believe.
Yeah.
Well, man, my marriage is struggling. Well, you have to believe. In order to operate into the realm so that you're able to navigate the things that God has made available to us. Encourage one another daily while it is still called today. All right? You can't encourage somebody that's dead.
All right.
Those folks say, while the blood is running warm in your veins. So while you have opportunity, you are encouraging a person not to make sure they got insurance, not to make sure they got their bills paid, not to make sure they doing what they need to do by their 401k. Hey man, do you believe? Do you believe in God? Because if you have all of that stuff in a row and don't believe God, what you got? All right? When we encourage people to believe, verse 14, we are made partakers of Christ automatically. Why you say no?
Because the second verse, yep.
See that? That's conditional clause. If you work 40 hours, what? Now.
You don't work for it, you get nothing.
See that? See how that work? Now, everybody want to get paid Friday, but what's the condition?
Gotta work.
Yeah. I got 2 or 3 workers at McDonald's, and whenever people don't want to collect checks, that's still a funny joke. Well, get mine too. I sure will. I collect every check whose name is on my list. Now, everybody want to make jokes. Get my check. Now, why they don't check with your name in it? See how that works? Because you didn't put no hours in, ain't no check for you. So now, you're only a partaker of Christ. How?
If you hold first.
See, that's King James. That's Mount Jumping. What is that in English?
And you trust and rely on Christ.
because, and this is what's so critical now, the Bible says first natural then spiritual. You know, at the end of Let's Make a Deal, Monty Hall used to walk through the audience and say, I got $100 if somebody has a safety pin in their purse. Now, folk get to scrambling because they want the $100, but guess what?
They ain't got no safety pin.
Yeah, but they still looking on doing it. You know doggone well. And you ain't never. That's what old ladies have in their purse. Just in case. And so you say what you want. We thank God for the mother of the church because they save a whole lot of disasters. And you be wondering, why do you even have this in your purse? What you asking for it for? Because somebody might need it. And I mean, that's why they carry the big old briefcase, because yeah, just about whatever you ask, they get to digging, they got it down in there somewhere. But watch this. If you don't pull no safety pin out, guess what?
You get no $100.
You don't get, now you got $100 right here, D. You can't get it. Now, they done pulled out combs, brushes, they done pulled out flashlights, they done pulled out some of everything. I didn't ask for none of that. Now, you holding all of this, but you ain't got, can't get this money. So now, he says we are partakers of Christ. And what are you holding?
Your first belief. Your faith. You hold on to the faith in Christ that you first want to believe.
I'm going to need some more answers because, see, Tim don't get nothing, Price don't get nothing. I need, who else? No answer, you don't get neither, so now, nobody get nothing? And we're going back and forth because I need this settled in you. Because see, last week we were confused in believing that these same answers is what we were exhorting. Right. And that's why folks be confused in church because we telling them they need to go on the Sabbath, and you need to be holy, and you need to stop eating this, and you need to stop wearing this, and you need to stop wearing this, and you need to stop doing this, and stop dyeing your hair, stop braiding it, stop doing this, and when they get I don't know what to do. Yet at the end of the day, we got them going through all of these changes, but guess what they ain't doing? They ain't believing. And the scripture makes it clear, if you're not a believer, you don't get nothing. Watch this. We backed you all the way up last week to verse 6. Christ says, you are my house if you hold fast to confidence. So that's King James. Now, what am I holding? I'm supposed to have something. Right. Now, in order to be a partaker of Christ, when I go before the Father and I want to do something, I want to get something, I want to access something, He's going to say, now what gives you the right to, I'm a partaker of Christ? Well, what are you holding that confirms that statement? Now, when you handle what all y'all been saying, the Father's going to be telling me, try again. Watch this. In Hebrews chapter 3, verse 1. Holy brethren, partakers, watch this, of the what? Now, there's a reason why you even call that. It says, take careful notice of how you've been made a partaker. Wow. Consider the apostle and high priest of what?
Our confession.
We took a lot of time last week because the high priest is one who navigates the sanctuary. You can't do nothing in the sanctuary without the high priest. And the sanctuary was set up for a meeting place with God, but the people wouldn't stop sinning. So it becomes a place where the high priest deals with the sins of the people so they don't die before a holy God. So then the high priest's job was to keep you alive. Watch this. He's the high priest of our what?
Profession.
What is that?
Who we are in Christ.
That's what you better be holding on to. Because, watch this, to not know who you are in Christ affects how you believe and what you believe.
Yeah. Right. Yeah.
It affects whether you have faith or not have faith. Do you know you can have faith and not have it in God and still can't get nothing? That's what the Bible says. So then faith cometh by hearing, watch this, and
Hearing the word of God.
Because we have faith in all kinds of things and all types of people. So, I'm not exhorting profession because I don't know if you're saved or not.
All right.
So now all I can exhort in you is you need to be a,
Believe.
that's what I'm exhorting. Every day who I run into.
Right, right.
Now, in order to navigate as a kingdom citizen, how am I negotiating business with the Father? When you go in any store, you can pick up anything off the shelf because when you get up to the front, what you gonna do? You got something to hand them. And it's something that they are willing to, and because they accept it, we can make the exchange. You can get everything in that cart. You gonna hand me something? It's gonna be paper or plastic, but you gonna hand me something.
Yeah.
And once I accept what you hand me, you have what's in the basket. It's the same way with God. We're talking about I want power, I want resurrection power, I want to be able to do this, I want healing power, I want deliver power, I want to be able to speak and things change. And God says, okay, what do you have to exchange for that? That you can put in your cart. What are you holding on to?
Right.
Well, I'm holding on to, my believing ability. Get out the line. I had somebody pull all that back up later. You don't get nothing in the cart.
Right.
The confidence is in knowing not just who I am. Finish the statement. Say it.
Right.
In Christ.
Because who you are outside of him is what? And because you ain't nothing, you
Gets nothing.
right there. So when we stand before the Father and talking about, I'm an Adventist. What is that? I'm Pentecostal. I'm true holiness. I'm full gospel, so I guess somebody's half gospel. And while all of these things matter to us, guess what don't matter to?
God.
Because we can be all of those things and still not know
We are.
What I am.
Watch this. So, what I'm holding on to is who he says I am. That's hard. Because we got in our head what mom and daddy has said. We got in our head what mama has said in absence of daddy. We got in our head what grandmama said because mom and dad didn't have time to raise us. We got in our head what our homeboy and our homegirl has said about us. We have in our head because of devices that have robbed us of our inheritance of God, we live by the name of our issue above what God has called us. And so because you have drunk for so many years, we live under the name of drunk or alcoholic, and that's not who you are in Christ. Because I've done this or I've done that for so many years, I live under that title, and I don't even go to God because what should a drunk expect? What should a whoremonger expect? What should a dopehead expect? Nothing. But what should a child of God expect? Nothing. I want you to get that right there, Dorothy. Know who you are.
In Christ.
Now, and who is that? See, if you say, watch this, without any hesitation, if I'd have left it open and said, how many here would say you're a child of God? Raise your hand. You scared now? All right, good, good. Watch this. And how many would be satisfied right there? So you're scared now. Watch this. It is my job to make sure you don't stop right there in the front. All right?
Right.
I don't even know where this was, but this man was somewhere in the store and he had like 150 seconds, 200 seconds of supper. And whatever he put in the basket is what he could take. And so he running and, he didn't went and got laptops and he didn't went and got this and this and this. And at the end, with just a little time left, this dude dragged a refrigerator across the line. And he been running all the time. And so when he dragged the refrigerator, Dorothy, he fell out right on the floor. And the only reason why I watched it because the little caption said, and this dude got a refrigerator. I'm thinking, watch this. Galatians chapter 4. I want you to see this. It's my job to let you know, don't just put one thing in the cart and be talking about, oh, that's good enough for me. Is you crazy? The time is steady going. Hey man, anything you got? No. I just wanted a cell phone. Is you crazy? Man, we get in God and, you know, we don't even want a new car. If I just get a pretty good used car, is you crazy? We shortchanged. You know, I don't want much from God. Get out the line then. Watch this. You don't want to be a child of God, Tim. You can do better than that. This is why. Look at Galatians 4:1.
Now, what I mean is that as long as the heir is a child and underage, he does not differ from a slave, although he is the master of all the estate.
Verse 2.
But he is under guardians and administrators or trustees until the date fixed by his father.
Did you see that? What is that in English?
I would say you can't get everything until the Bible says.
You see that?
Just like I said.
If all you are is a child of God, you're Lord of all, but guess what? You can't access none of that. You can't even go where you want to go do what you want to do. It says in verse 2, you are under tutors and governors. They tell you what you can and can't do.
Wow.
Watch this. That same chapter said in verse 4, look at it.
But when the proper time had fully come, God sent his son, born of a woman, born subject to the regulations of the law,
Watch this next verse.
to purchase the freedom to ransom, to redeem, to atone for those who were subject to the law, that we might be adopted and have sonship conferred upon us and recognized as God's son.
Do you see that? Our profession that we hold on to is not that we're children of God. We're sons of God. Because we live in a day and time where you need to be able to access the things of God.
Right.
And if in my mind I'm comfortable with just being a child of God, what do you get? You get told what to do. You can't navigate. And notice the structure of it. It's not sexist. Why don't it say sons and daughters of God? Daughters cannot transact business.
Right.
That's why he says sons of God, because in the kingdom, even as a woman in this realm, when you go to God as a son, he know you came to take care of business.
Right.
Oh, wow. Father, I'm coming to you on behalf of the wife of this relationship. Then you need an earthly resolution. I can't give you a kingdom resolution because the Bible says in his realm, there's neither male nor female. So when you come to him as a woman, you can't even operate within his realm because there's no female in his realm.
Right.
You're missing all of this. So when you stand before God talking about, I come to you as a woman, that's an earth issue. And all you can expect is an earth resolution. Now, you didn't came to him for kingdom results. Can't give you kingdom results because you're in the wrong realm. But see, as a woman, when you stand before him and say, God, I stand before you as a son, well, let's talk business then. Watch this. So what I'm holding on to, go back to Hebrews. What I'm holding on to is my profession, who I am in Christ. If you kept reading the chapter, we didn't have time. What we discover is we were adopted to become sons of God. 2 or 3 verses down, it would have said, and because we are adopted sons, we are now heirs right along with Christ.
Right.
See, when you're an heir, that means an inheritance has already been set aside with your name on it.
Right. That's right.
So this struggling from check to check, from situation to situation, is a direct result of you not sure who you are in Christ Jesus. We got all these church answers. Well, who are you? I'm the pastor. I'm a prophet. I'm evangelist. I'm the missionary. I'm the overseer. I'm the superintendent. All that's foolishness. Don't none of that get us the ability to access what God has set up. It didn't say Christ died that we may be all of that. We were not adopted as all of that. We were adopted, and his version says sonship was conferred. Now watch this. What are we exhorting? Took too long. What are we exhorting in people every day?
Believe.
Christ.
And not only are we exhorting that in others, because as you tell it to somebody else, guess what?
You hear it.
Yeah, everything you encourage in somebody else.
You encourage it in yourself.
So now, the person not only needs to hear that they need to be a believer, but
You also.
faith doesn't just come by hearing somebody else. Faith also comes when you hear you.
Alright.
Well, I wish somebody was getting this. Because when the dust settles, I got news for you. You hear you more than you hear anybody.
Alright. That's right.
Your ears is closer to your mouth than anybody else's. Watch this. Once we have that settled, he says God has something to say to you in Hebrews 3:15. If you hear his voice, it is a direct indication that your heart is not hardened toward God. See, that's a shouting moment. We say some crazy stuff, we do some crazy stuff, but if you can still hear God,
Yes, Lord.
shout in the middle of your mess.
Amen.
Because while I may be a mess, my heart ain't hard toward God.
Alright.
Because he don't talk to folk with a hard heart.
Right.
Because it wastes his time. And God ain't in the wasting time business.
Wow.
All right? He makes it clear. Today, if you hear his voice, don't what?
Harden your heart.
King James says in the provocation, but as in the rebellion. 16, what's this?
For who were they who heard and yet were rebellious and provoked him? Was it not all those who came out of Egypt led by Moses?
What's this? Why did God bring them out of Egypt in the first place?
Because they cried. They begged.
It had nothing to do with the cry.
He made a commitment.
When Jacob
Oh, yeah.
was concerned, Joseph had sent for him.
Right.
He didn't even know where he should go. Now God told him, don't be afraid to go. Go on in there.
Right.
He said, don't worry about it because at the proper time,
Yeah.
I'm bringing it in.
They coming out.
he said, go on in there, I'm going in there with you.
Right.
He said that when the time has been appointed, I will bring you up out of this place.
Right.
So it wasn't about them crying, it was time.
Yeah.
We.
Yeah. Thank you, Lord.
See, we think we get delivered because we cry out to God. No, we got delivered because somebody spoke a word to God and it became time for our deliverance. See, we don't want to shout. See, we get confused.
Thank you, Lord.
But see, that same Galatians said, Esau cried and cried and cried and cried and cried. And what did crying get it?
Nothing.
Absolutely nothing. Because crying don't move God. It was written to show us something. Oh, we be going through a whole box of cleaners, and God be talking about, man, you get that stuff on out of here. Well, now, his word, man, learn his word and put that word back on him. Now he obligated.
Right.
See, when you talk God's language, you get God's reaction.
All right.
All right.
My God.
Thank you, Jesus.
Watch this. Watch this. Watch this. Don't do it. Don't do it. He says, I had something for them. They didn't want it. 17.
And with whom was he irritated and provoked and grieved for 40 years?
Here he comes.
Was it not with those who sinned, whose dismembered bodies were strewn and left in the desert?
How many know that wasn't God's design?
Right.
Most historians will say it should have taken 11 days to go from Egypt to Canaan.
Right.
That's less than 2 weeks. It was not the will of God that not
One.
die in the wilderness. Because of a promise I made over 400 years ago, my intention was to bring y'all out of so that I can deliver you.
Into.
That's ain't never changed with God. He brought us out of darkness.
Into his marvelous light.
If I couldn't deliver you into the light, I'd have left you in the dark.
Yeah.
I brought you out because I knew I was able to deliver you.
Yes.
Now, what we got to understand is it requires some level of cooperation. We can't consistently fight God and get the results of God.
Right.
He said in Genesis, my spirit, I'm just not going to keep fighting you all the way.
Right.
At some point, somebody going to surrender. You're going to surrender to me, or I'm going to surrender the whole deal. And you can get on about your business.
Come on, Pastor.
Now, I got news for you. You don't want God to surrender.
You sure do not.
That's what the New Testament says. Just keep on with that. I'll turn you over. See, turn you over means I'll let you do what you want to do. That's God saying,
Take my hand off.
go ahead on. What's the use of me forcing you into Canaan? You don't want to Canaan. And I got news for you. Y'all, Canaan was a type of heaven.
Yes, it was.
We got a whole chapter we finna deal with rest. See, when you can't enjoy God's rest here, you go to church all you want. I don't care what you saying. You fall out in every aisle you want to fall out. Have every usher in every church take you out. You ain't going nowhere. Man, if you can't enjoy God here, you ain't going to enjoy God there.
Right.
Watch this. What was the sin? Oh man, here it comes. Look at 18:19.
And to whom did he swear that they should not enter his rest? But to those who disobeyed, who had not listened to his word, and who refused to be compliant or be persuaded.
Now watch this. Now here's where you don't go back and forth. This is where you thank God for consistency. Now, that's what Amplified Classic says. You see that? Verse 18? Now, based on that reading, and all of these versions are a result of man trying to put his words in. Now, we appreciate it in the study, but I want to show you something. Now, look at verse 18. Now, according to verse 18, Mother Deborah, what was the sin?
Is that first step?
Did I say verse 18? Look, y'all look, ain't that good?
Yes,
All right. Watch this. Which is what we tell folk. Look at 18 in King James. And I'm gonna show you in just a second. We're not talking about semantics. It's gonna come to you in just a second. And she will put it up on the screen. Who got King James?
It's up.
Come on.
And to whom swear he that they should not enter into his rest, but to them that believe not.
Watch this. Now read 19.
So we see that they could not enter in because of unbelief.
So now watch this. They didn't get to access God's rest because of disobeying.
Unbelief.
Watch this. Because unbelief is the result of a hard heart.
Yeah.
What are the tenets of a hard heart? I told you there's two parts to it. It is a refusal to what?
Listen.
To the voice of God, so that I can resist what God says. In order to qualify to disobey, I had to first hear and know what his commandment standard was.
Okay.
Wow. Unbelief cut me off way ahead. That's why the verse is clear.
Yes.
So we see, well, you can't see it if it ain't clear, that they could not enter in because of,
Unbelief.
which is a result of a hard heart, which is a result of, man, I'm not listening to you right now. I ain't.
I'm listening to you.
Watch this. Watch this. You think we're making it up? Go up to verse 10, Hebrews 3 and 10. See, you whoop a child, mother, for disobeying because you were clear they
Knew better.
They heard
Didn't
what you
listen.
said.
and
Didn't listen.
knew and understood. You a bad parent if you whoop your kid and
They don't understand what you said. Right?
look at Hebrews 3 and 10.
Wherefore I was grieved with that generation,
Watch this, put it together.
and said, they do always err in their heart, and they have not known my ways.
Error has always been where?
Heart.
Because he ain't never been allowed in there.
Jesus.
And they have not known,
My way.
so they didn't even ever qualify to disobey. They stuck in unbelief because,
They're not listening.
I ain't trying to hear that. Come on.
Which makes so much sense when you think about the churches, because if we're pushing, you got to do this and do this and do this, you're pushing for me to obey when I don't even believe.
Right.
Wow. I don't even believe. You don't tell me to believe. You just tell me put this on and put this on and you righteous right here. So I never get the true understanding that I must believe, which leads to me now doing the things that I need to do in God.
Now, watch
You
this.
done skip steps.
Now, I'm doing everything y'all done told me.
You stop. Still.
Why can't I access God?
No
And why
belief.
can't I access the things of God?
No belief.
You telling me my father's rich in house and land, and I can't make it from check to check?
Yes.
And then you gonna lie and say it's because my faith is weak. It's because I'm a poor believer. It's because I don't come to church enough. It's because I don't give enough money. Now you can't access God because you're not a believer, but I am an obeyer. Come on.
And you're right about the obey part,
What am I
because,
thinking?
for a long time, I think implanted in my head is, I'm not supposed to want above my means. I'm not supposed to want costly or wear costly stuff. And for a long time, I settled for, just get something nice.
Just a little bit.
Just a little bit. And I'm still stuck there.
Yeah.
And I don't believe that I can have the extravagant. I do now. I'm
Yeah.
like that. But it's hard because it's embedded in my head that I'm wrong if that's greed. That's that's whatever. And it's been pushed in my head. I've learned that, and I was always trying to do right. So now it's hard for me to believe that I can have my own business. It's hard for me to believe that I can have the big nice house because I was told, oh, you know, you fine, you can live in this regular trailer and you know, whatever, and that's, you know, that's good. You got your own, you gonna have your own, but it's regular, it's falling apart. So now I'm thinking, oh, I did good, I bought my own, you know. But no, you can have better than that. You know, you can go as far as God take you.
Yep.
And I never believed that. And now I'm working on that. My faith is getting better in knowing that who I am and what I, you know, not that I deserve it, but that God says you can have it. So yeah.
God can only go to the realm of your ability to believe Him. So now, it is important. See, Friday night Sabbath school church, see, for some, this is just something to do. No, it ain't.
This is life.
Our call, my job is to speak life to you.
Yes.
Right.
You know, and that's what we desire to do every time we meet. Now, did you cuss last week? Probably did. Cuss tomorrow? Probably will. But what I do know is, I may not be able to adjust the cussing. But if I can adjust the believing, I'll show you how a believing cusser can access God. It's too much real church, you can't handle it, huh? Yeah, see, you can go through all of the church steps and can't get nothing from God.
Wow.
But I see, when you become a believer, and no, nothing changed overnight, Mike. When we become a believer, watch this. I'm a believing whoremonger, but I believe God. You have to be a believing whoremonger if you believe God to change you from being a whoremonger.
Yes.
See, just an obeying whoremonger, you just good enough for church, man. And you in church on fire for God, and then 10 minutes after church, when all these names and numbers is going through your head, you just, Lord, now you crying because why? I can't. Man, it's a believer. All things are possible. All things are possible to him that believe it. When Jesus tells that to the man, his soul is still possessed.
Yes.
Now, the possession part don't change till this part change. You want your soul to change? You change. Woo! Not after your circumstance. I need you to stop believing possibility is available while your son is laying down here on the floor. Come to fool.
Yes, Lord.
That means believe that I possess all and ain't nothing in your hand and your pocket but lint. Believe I'm a possessor of all and your credit is a negative 400. Believe I'm a possessor of all and don't nobody like you. Nobody, all I need is one. If God loves me, I can make it, I can make it, I can make it, I can make it. See, when we believe, it says all things, the whole realm of possibility opens. You have something to say, you waving at me. Come on.
Yes, Pastor. That's the way I used to think. I used to go to church every Sunday and stuff, and say, you can do it like this, or you're supposed to pray like that, then you're supposed to do it like this and all that, Pastor. I used to literally go home, you can ask them, and I cry. And I said, Lord, why I can't do it like that? What's the matter with me? I still thought there was something wrong with me. I can't pray like that. I can't yell like that. I can't do this and that. Until I really truly think that's why God sent us to get the word. Because you're a preacher, but you're a teacher. I love the teaching because me and my husband, we learning now that we ain't got to do all that. And God has been blessing us. We don't have to do all of that. We don't have to do all of that we thought that we had to do. I don't have to go home and cry and think I ain't better than nobody else because I came from somewhere. I don't know where they came from, but I thought that they was better than me. I couldn't even get up and speak right around them because I thought that, I come from the streets and these are, I don't know why I consider that these are, prophetess and first ladies and all that. That was my stinking thinking until I came here. And I got freed, and I thank God that I got freed. I get to learn that we who we are. I'm just who I'm Sister Carolyn. I like being Sister Carolyn.
That's good.
That's right.
Because in God, you notice how it don't change? When you sit in the room, Sister Carolyn, Sister Deborah, Sister Dorothy, Sister Keisha. See, outside of the second part, all the sisters is the same. You know, brother, this brother, all of the brothers are the same because God makes it clear in the kingdom, don't nobody matter but him.
Right.
And we like it that way because when you look around the room, see, it don't matter if you ex-whoremonger, a drunk, a drug dealer, a prostitute, a liar, a gossiper, an overeater, a backbiter, whatever. What you realize is, if you up in here, it's because Jesus said you can get up in here. And your shout changed because ain't no reason about what is you? The same thing you is. When he was invited in. It don't matter what the vice is. You didn't break up in here. If you got up in here, it's because Jesus let you up in here. And if Jesus says, okay, guess what? Who am I? We all shout because Jesus is the reason any of us are up in this room. Yeah, if he didn't discriminate, then who am I? Talking about, oh, no, yeah, See, I just told a white lie. Well, see, where I come from, lies don't have color. So, if he let your lion tell up in here, then if you all right with him, you all right with me. See, when you got a kingdom mind, that's where you got to get to. Yeah. Y'all take up so much time. So we see. He said, get the point, Sydney. We see a rest that was your inheritance. You couldn't get it. Why?
You didn't believe.
Now, that ain't to say you can throw it away Amplified Classic, but what it says is you can't rely on somebody else to do your homework. When you copy off of somebody's paper, your scores are subject to their answers. Which means you're going to get the same grade.
There you go.
Now, you can't go up and tell the teacher, but I knew the answer, but what you wrote was, watch this. We can enter in and believe. You say what you want as we get ready to pray. Do that mean Joshua and Caleb were perfect?
No, it do not.
By no stretch of the imagination. They had issues just like we do. Because at the end of the day, when you finish at Joshua chapter 24, he had the same problem Moses had. Couldn't figure out how to make the people do right. Because at the end of the day, guess what? He couldn't. And Joshua was a fabulous leader. But this is what the folk, see, we shot at the verse, but the folk forced him to this. They all over the place. And Joshua said, you know what? I did the best I could. He said, and y'all over here serving the gods of the Canaanites, you over here doing this, you over here doing this. He said, y'all just need to make a decision. Y'all all over the place. He said, if them the gods, don't serve them. If God be God, don't serve them. He said, you know what? I can't. See, yeah, we shouted at birth, but no. He said this out of English page. You know what? Let me tell you something. Y'all do what you want to do. I ain't been controlling you. I can't control you. He said, all I can tell you is this. As for me. Now, see, we shout on that verse, but that was an anguish verse for him because I tried to lead y'all. I tried to get y'all as a nation to say this. Y'all don't want to say it. Well, I tell you what, you ain't going to make me miss it. Y'all made Moses miss it. Y'all cut the bull saw until when Moses was ordered by God to speak to the rock, Moses said, must we make water come out this rock for you, rebel? What must we? And God said, you wouldn't magnify me before the people. You make the people think you was the rock water maker come out. You ain't the rock water maker. I'm the rock water maker. But because you let the people jam you up, they ain't going and you ain't either. Now I got news for you. Moses cried and begged God, talking about, climb this mountain. You can look over there, but that's all you know. You can look over there, but you ain't going over there. I meant what I said. Watch this. Watch this, y'all. And so as a result, we have a responsibility to go in. We got to believe. Don't let somebody else kill your belief behind church business that you miss the rest God ordained for you. Everybody that left Egypt, Canaan was on their destiny.
Yes, Lord.
But because because of a hard heart,
Yes.
you can't get Canaan. Yep, you can't get it. You can't get it. We're out of time. And so, see y'all, we're living right now. Most of us are day to day. You know why you're day to day? Because you're in the wilderness. Because when we learn how to thank God for providing day by day, Canaan is the place of abundance. We say we want abundance, don't we? But we haven't learned how to thank God for my everyday.
Lord. Yes.
Oh, wow. Oh, wow.
You talking about you tired of rice and beans. I almost said a word right there. Okay, I felt the Ian spirit coming over me. I almost said a word right there. Kid, it almost got me. Kid, I swear, it was right here in my throat. It almost got me. You complain about rice and beans and somebody ain't got the rice or the beans.
That's right. Yes, Lord.
And God is saying, when?
Yes.
When? You complain about peanut butter and jelly, but you got peanut butter, jelly, and bread. When?
See, what I don't realize, what I'm hearing from everybody is that spirit of oppression is so real and relevant. And when you say that's for me and my house, what we do wrong as people, we see you, oh, that's necessary for me. We see you, oh, that's necessary for me. And the house is crumbling and falling before your hands. But see, if we can stop at the common goal and rally behind each other, as for me and my house, and we look up to God, then things become more relevant. You know what I'm saying? If I see this man going through problems, and he's praying to God, well, I think I need to do the same thing as a single man or if I'm married. But see, we put our egos and feelings into things, and then you're like, I want to stick out my chest like I'm scoring a basketball point. It don't work like that.
No, I don't.
But we finna move from that.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Where we were to where we need to be. And God is showing us, when you learn how to move your words, I'll move your body. And it's happening just like that. Now, see, Mother Deborah said last night, she want to be married and she ain't got who she want, but did you hear what she said though? I ain't looking. That means, when it happens, you know how to say it. When it happens, the only way it can happen is God got the person. And see, when your words line up with His words, now I can make something happen.
All right.
Come on.
Well, it's awesome because this morning I was at the house. I listened to this preacher. I thought about he's speaking on the same exact text in Joshua. And they're like, wow, we put restriction on people, man. And he was talking about Joshua. Joshua didn't put no restriction on him. He gave you a choice. It's your choice. God don't force you to do nothing. So me being a man of God, I'm not going to force you to do nothing. I'm not going to force you to serve God the way I think you should serve God. It's your choice whether you want to choose to serve God or not. And it's like the churches, man, you look at the churches, man, it's like they put restriction on God's people, trying to force you to serve God a certain way. And it's like, wow, man, it's like, I'm just listening to how the Spirit is bringing it again, across again. I'm not gonna force you. I'm not forcing you to do nothing. I'm giving you an option. I'm giving you the choice. If you want to believe me or not, it's on you.
Because at the end of the day, I got news for you. They didn't change Joshua.
No, sir.
Nope. Who?
No, I just got this testimony. You was talking about thanking God, and everything else. I know it's close to time, but this week I was going to work and everything else, and I kept smelling gas in my car. And I'm thinking, people say you overfeel it, you smell gas or something like that. So I get to work and I was asking one of the guys, I know he work on cars. And so he said, let's go out here and look at it. And he come to be at it was my fuel injection. It was spitting gas back out. One of the fuel injectors was leaking gas. And he got to telling me, he said, man, how long you got? I said, I've been smelling gas by a couple of weeks. I thought it was just, gas or something like that. He said, do you know this car could have got hot on the highway, could have caught fire and everything else, even could have blown up, and he got to telling me about that. And then on top of that, how that was amazing. He sit there and he came after work and fixed my car. He didn't want to charge me nothing. He even went and bought the parts. And I was on that parking lot right there praising, thanking God right there. I got on the phone and I was calling people and telling people how good God is. Thanking God,
Come on now.
how awesome and how amazing He is.
Now,
Yes, Lord.
Come on now.
we should have closed before, but we sure got to close now. Let me tell you something. Now, he's under some strain. But while under strain, I need you to get this.
Yes, Lord.
He got a responsibility to show up and believe God.
That's right.
There's some stuff ain't right in his life.
Yeah.
And it's heartbreaking, but at the same time, he has a responsibility to keep believing God.
That's right.
Oh, I need you to hear this.
That's right.
And so even when stuff ain't right, see, we want to get an attitude with God. We want to stop coming to Bible study. We want to stop praying. We want to stop reading. We want to stop coming to church. We want to cut off all of the God people and throw ourselves a pity card. That ain't how it works. See, when things are at their worst, when you want to quit, when you want to cuss, when you want to give up, you got to keep pressing and let God know. I don't like the way it is right now, but I ain't going to go bad on you. And see, that's the result of when you keep hanging with God, something that could have been tragic in your life. Here comes God to say, you're going to hold it together. He's going to fix it, hard, and ain't going to charge you. That's the stuff that happens when God is for the believer.
Thank you, Lord. Thank you, Lord.
Father, we thank you and we praise you. We in it right now.
Yes, Lord.
We set up picnics for our life and it rains. But we keep on believing you. God, we wanted today to be better than yesterday, but it seemed to be worse than all the other days. But we keep on believing you. Because you showed us something in Deuteronomy. You said all of that wilderness stuff was just a test. That the people never, oh, God is testing. We might as well go on and pass the test so we can go on to the next grade. God, I thank you that every day, every experience, every challenge in the life of the believer is only a test. And you are the ultimate God teacher. You're not testing us so that we fail. You're testing us so that we pass. And God, when you give tests, you've already given the answers. If we would just pay attention, God, we could score 100 and bring glory and honor to your kingdom. Thank you for every man, every woman, every child that has pressed their way to this place. We don't want to thank you for our Sabbath school word. We thank you for our divine worship word. Because it shows us who we are in you, Christ. And we're more than anybody in this world has ever said about us. You get the glory, honor, and praise. In Jesus' name. Amen.